Greetings, Wyslouch here, and welcome to Quick Tips. I'm offering private lessons online. Please send me an email if you'd like to sign up for some lessons. If you like these lesson videos, please consider supporting them by becoming a patron on my Patreon page. Today, I want to do an analysis, a melodic analysis of Bela Fleck's tune Slipstream. And then I want to spend the next few quick tips talking about ways to approach improvising and playing over this beautiful tune. But today we're just going to do some melodic analysis. Why melodic analysis? Well, it's kind of fun to look at the structure of some of these really cool classic tunes and see how the bones in it really work and make it tick. I think of this tune as having three basic parts, an A, B, and a C part. So let's start with the A part, which is, this is what I consider an A part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's the first 4 bars of the tune. So it starts with a motif, which I'm going to call the surrounding motif. It starts on a G note, goes up and down the scale, and it surrounds an A note, the target note A. G, A, B, A, G, A. Then it repeats the surrounding motif, starting on that same note, a G. And it lands on an A, but that A overlaps with our next motif, which is a dotted quarter motif, which is just going to be a cell of 2 dotted quarter notes, which in this case are an A and a B, and then have a certain landing point, which is a G in this case. Those little syllables I did was to signify the duration of the dotted quarter, 3/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2 surrounding motifs starting on a G. The first one just lands on its surrounding note, the A. The second one lands on the next motif, which is the dotted quarter motif. Then the tune basically repeats another A part, but has a slightly different ending, so I'm calling it A prime. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Once again, surrounding motif on a G. Surrounding motif again. Lands on the A, which leaks into a dotted quarter motif. A, B, but this time instead of landing on a G, it lands on a C. Good, so we've covered A and A prime. Next we come to the B section. New motifs? No, same motifs, but in different places, and a little bit of snipping. We start with the surrounding motif, same motif we saw in the beginning, but now it's starting on a C note instead of a G. And it lands on a D. And then, what happens? Is that a new motif? No, it's just a truncated surrounding motif. So normally if we did the full surrounding motif, it would have started on a B and landed on a C. But we omit the first 2 notes, the B and the C, and we just start a truncated surrounding motif on the D note. And then we move that down a scale step a couple more times. Then we have a truncated A surrounding motif with the first 2 notes snipped off, so it's actually starting on a C, landing on a B. And then we have a truncated G surrounding motif. So the G and the A are snipped off, and we just start on the B. And we land on the A. Here's the B section again, which, as we just realized, is just composed of surrounding motifs and truncated surrounding motifs. 2, 3, 4, 1. So far in the form we have A prime, and then B. Now we land on the C part, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The C part starts with the surrounding motif starting on a C note, landing on a D. That D leaks into 3 dotted quarter motifs in a row. The first one is a D to an E note. The next dotted quarter motif, 2 dotted quarters in a row, is a C and an A. The next dotted quarter note is a B and a C. And then we land on a target note, A. Listen to the basic skeletal version of that whole first half of Slipstream, now that we know how all those motifs come together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Very cool. Then we repeat all that. But when we get to C, we're going to add 2 more C sections, which we'll call C prime and C double prime. C prime is almost the same. Starts with a C surrounding motif. And then it's got 3 dotted quarter motifs, the first 2 of which are exactly the same as the first C section. D, E, C, E. And then it goes D, G, and then it resolves to the note E. So we have a new landing spot and a slightly different dotted quarter motif to anticipate that new landing spot. And now the C double prime section, almost the same as the C, but once again we change the final landing spot and the final dotted quarter motif notes. So it's surrounding motif starting on C, D, E, C, A. Then it goes B, G, lands on the lower E. So if we're looking at the whole form of the tune, we see A prime, B, C. Repeat all that again. A prime, B, C. Then it's C prime, and then C double prime. Now that you see how all these little cells were put together, listen to the whole thing. 1, 2, 3. So we've analyzed all this. Why do I like to do it? Well, as I mentioned before, by seeing in compositions how all these little structures are put together, it gives me some ideas on how I could put my own structures together. Maybe by looking at this, you've gotten some ideas on how you could compose your own tunes. And if not compose, maybe you've gotten some ideas on ways that you could approach structuring, improvising more coherently. Go check out the original recording with all the things we've talked about in mind, and I think you'll appreciate the beauty of it even more. In the next 3 quick tips, I want to talk about strategies on how to improvise over this tune. I think it's a really difficult tune to improvise over, and I still fall on my face constantly when playing on it, so hopefully we can do this journey of learning how to solo over it a little bit together. Thanks so much for checking out the quick tip. I hope you become a patron on my Patreon page. Over there I've got a supplemental guitar arrangement for Slipstream, just playing the melody and surrounding it with chords, kind of in a banjo-like style. So make sure to check that out. Let me know if you'd like to sign up for private lessons, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon to get even further into this Slipstream tune. Goodbye.